It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Eagles and the Giants on Sunday night.
Rodrigo Blankenship ready to get us started. And we're off from MetLife. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets him around 6 there. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. May now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Into the hands of Likely. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They motion a receiver left. To the air yet again, May. He completes it in traffic. This is ahead for about 5. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Rodney Thomas. From the 35 on 2nd down. Brought in right side. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Palmer coming in motion left. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, it's May. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. To throw, here's May. This throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback,
this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Jason Myers lining up for the field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Myers' kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Trey Tucker to return it. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those 2 numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Finds his man Waddle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41. Looking for a throw here. Pulled in by Waddle. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for an Eagles first down. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Looking to the air here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brandon Jones up for the stop. So now here's 3rd and 5. They motion the slot man right. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. To the air now on 1st and 10. Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off Brandon Jones.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back. Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's a give up the middle. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Operating from the gun, here's May. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
May now. Hits him on the out route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
4 yards on the pickup.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going play action, May. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Benjamin St. Jude picks it off. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
They're out in 1st and 10. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Wow, God.
A gift to Dobbins out of the shotgun.
I know, I got it up here.
And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Oh,
Give him 3 that
you're
time.
getting your belly ruts. Your belly ruts. The belly ruts. It's the belly ruts. It's the belly ruts. It's the
This is
belly.
reeled in by Reed. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're
The
just
fuck
not
this
getting as
doesn't
much
come
as
in
training
my
camp,
fucking
you're not tackling
and out
as
my
much as you
mouth.
got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field.
Oh, just I want a belly rut.
Some money will follow.
So no return on that punt. And it'll be Giants football.
The
The
belly
Giants and
rut.
quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on
This
offense.
is the belly rut.
Start out with a 1st and
It's
10.
the belly
First
rut.
drive, Brock. He crossed a notable threshold and
Sorry, you're making mother dog jealous.
always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over.
Well, you
Defense at
can't.
the line, but they
I
won't
need to go
salvage.
see
They
him
got a
take
timeout.
Lingard.
Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to win the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close
Come
to
on,
breaking
bitch, I'm
out
from
an
Texas.
explosive one, you really break the balance of a defense.
Just say I'm from Texas.
Going to the ground again.
Bro, don't worry, just came out.
And a decent pickup. They're going to have it up at the 43 after that run. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
From the 43. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down throw for May. Taken in by Likely. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up. And you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. First down, ball at the 36. They give it to him again. He's running forward, halted after a couple of yards. Tackled on the play by Puna Ford. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 34. This finds Likely. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. May now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Myers' kick is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good. Get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Tucker now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. Throwing it to start this drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. This is Reed working the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. They'll throw on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 2nd and 3 now. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to walk.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Dobbins. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a yard that time, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Running for it with Dobbins. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
Extra point from Blankenship is up and good. And the Eagles take the lead on that successful kick. Blankenship all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. To the air on first down, May. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And now they face second down. Running it with David Montgomery. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's May. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Giants ready to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The Eagles are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. On target to Waddle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. It's the Eagles, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2. From the 38. He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Giants will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Giants take over now late in this 1st half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's May to the air. Setting up the screen.
We've heard it said, and I believe it's in my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
From the 20 on 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 3rd and 4 coming up now. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. The Giants are set to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line. The Eagles are headed out there alongside Jalen Waddle for this next series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Now the offense is going to take its third and final timeout. To throw it on first down. Finds his man Waddle. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where you see the final score there. De'Ami Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Lamar Jackson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could have hoped for with both these teams in it to win it.
Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. He'll get this to Tucker. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give to Dobbins to start the third. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, I could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Here's the one back on the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. It was Oso Digizua in on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he missed that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. May on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play wrapped up by Demario Davis. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Another carry for it. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
In the early battle, get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure
Took my cookies.
down right there.
Oh.
Operating from the gun, here's May. That's Lamb running the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying an option play, headed left. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. Lone back gets the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Going play action, May. Into the hands of Likely. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. May now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. On play action, here's May. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants grab the lead on their first series of the half. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. To the air yet again, May. Escapes the pocket. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner. Netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback. Right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence. Because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. On target to Dobbins. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hand off to the back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Carried by number 33.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll get it up to the 27.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing now on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Throwing on third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. First down throw for May. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but it gets a yard out of it. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the gun, it's May. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Able to get it to Reed. And they make the tackle at the 38. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be second down. They're running the option, short side. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Taking a big shot. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Blankenship all set for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Giants offense all set to get started. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. May now from the gun. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. To the air on 1st down. May. Throw. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Eagles get to it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Eagles about set to go on offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Short pass caught by his tight end. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Motioning left is their running back. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
To the left side, it's pulled in by Waddle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. He rolls to his right. Oh, he lost the football. And it's picked out by the Giants.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. This effort directly kept points off the scoreboard. It's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second and 6 coming up here. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's up across the 10 to the 11 before going down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, here's May. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's taken in by Lamb. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To throw, here's May. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Back to throw it. That one's caught along the left sideline. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Past midfield at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Setting up a throw. Brought in close to the 8. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders Eagles were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? We did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Eagles going for the win here. 3rd and goal for Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have taken the lead late. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. For the point after, here's Blankenship. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 14.
Blankenship all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd and 3 now. Setting up to pass. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Greg Newsome on the coverage defensively.
To throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. This finds Likely. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. To the air yet again, May. This ball's caught by Palmer. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now. Connects with Montgomery. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. From the gun, it's May. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Benjamin St. Juste picks it off.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from New York.